exciting to see how they're able to handle this. Awkward's definitely going to have to show up a lot on that McCree, as he's really all that counters repeat, but he'll also be fairly alone on dealing with that McCree, so it's definitely going to be very hard for him. And it's going to be interesting to see if he's able to take out those opposing heroes.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that Exodus is playing this comp basically to exactly what they need to do. They need to hold up on point, and they just need to bunker out and survive the poke. But you see Jerry's Zone and Awkward are both getting dangerously low, and you see what happens. Jerry's Zone dies, Awkward dies too. Repeat's doing work on this Pharah.
Yeah, absolutely massive for him. ATZ and Repeat getting more picks to finish off the fight. That's going to be the first fight for Last Kings. Definitely very good. It looks like we will be seeing a switch from Jeria Zone onto the Echo, and it looks like they're probably going towards a more recent brawl comp, running that D.Va and that Echo.
Yeah, Mei has kind of lost a little bit of her power just because people aren't running Brawl as much. This Echo does a much better job of breaking shields, as well as putting pressure on the flying Pharah, and they also switched the D.Va to eat up a lot of spam, as well as put more pressure on that Pharah. They've recognized that Repeat's one of their best players, and they've got to counter him somehow.
Yeah, and there the barrage comes out from Repeat, gets 3 before he's taken out by Muddy. That's got to be the fight for Last Kings, unless something absolutely massive can come out from Exodus. Muddy gets 2, it looks like he's just going to jump off the map.
Yeah, it's not going to be enough. I mean, Repeat's barrage comes in at the perfect time, flanks Exodus from behind, and just obliterates them. Great play from him. And also, they only came into the fight and they used 1 ultimate, so they won a fight with just a barrage. Great play from them. A little bit slow reactions from Exodus, but either way, good play from Last Kings.
Yeah, definitely very good play coming out from Last Kings. I'm excited to see what Exodus is going to do to try to adapt to this. Right now, they're just getting steamrolled by Repeat's Pharah.
I mean, that Pharah's going to do a ton of work, especially if he sits up in the high ground. And then the high noon comes out, ATZ gets 2. Great play, and that's going to end the fight early.
For him, and fight's just going to end there. Echo decides to jump off the map. We really need to see some adaptations come out from Exodus. If they keep on trying to force this, they're just going to be taken out by the DPS constantly.
Yeah, and I mean, the problem is that Exodus's Brawl comp just can't close the distance. Like, they had the Lucio, but Last Kings is just doing a great job of poking out the Brawl comp and not letting them close the distance without being punished for it.
Yeah, getting into the last 10% here, Exodus has got to pull something fast. Looks like they're just going to be rushing straight to point considering the current time, but Repeat is able to take out Jeria Zone. That's absolutely massive. Big Flux coming out from Nerf Me. Looks like Highest is going to go down to that. Repeat and ATZ are going to clean up the rest. Nova gets NATO and takes out Padfoot, but doesn't look like much is going to come other than that. And it looks like Nova's dropping dangerously low and is taken out. It's just Sol now for Exodus, and it looks like that's going to be the first round, 100-0 for Last Kings.
I mean, Nova's the lone soldier there. He's giving the nano on point and said, "Go get him, son." He's sent out there, and he can't really do anything with that. I mean, he's alone. Everyone keeps dying to that Pharah. I don't know if it's whether they're not stacking hard enough and they're not, like, staying close.
From Exodus, except swapping the Brig for Lucio. Definitely going to be getting to point first. Might be able to set up. Actually, they will be having Ashe Mei, and they will be having Ashe Mei compared to the Ashe Echo on the side of Last Kings. I don't really like the Mei pick here, considering the enemy team is probably going to be running double shield. Just seems a little odd to me.
Yeah, the Mei's a little bit iffy. I mean, the walls aren't going to get a ton of value. Maybe it's like kind of an extra shield. Oh, that's a massive pull coming from Golden Pants. It forces out abilities, it forces out Lamp, and Mei Ice Block. That's a great pull from him.
Yeah, Repeat is able to take out Kalis, so that's absolutely massive pick for Last Kings. Like Kenobi's able to take out Monster. It looks like that's going to be the fight. Cap is out for Last Kings. That's absolutely massive for them. AGZ able to take out 2 more, and that's going to be the fight for Last Kings.
Yeah, ATZ with the cleanup. He comes in here and he does the damage. The Dynamites do a ton. But also, I'd like to point out, Nerf Me badly, his flank there alongside the Brig did enough to put pressure onto Exodus from multiple angles and force them to have to back up, and they eventually took too much damage and ended up faltering. So, I mean, great job from him. Good heads-up play to set up alternate angles of fire.
Yeah, definitely a good job coming from him. Looks like they will be just going down main, at least for now. Repeat is inside Exodus, and it doesn't look like he's going to be punished for it. He's able to get out and get healed up by Padfoot. Looks like he's just going to be poking there. Hulk comes out, and it looks like Repeat's going to go for the Echo onto the Mei. Decides to use Ice Block to avoid damage. He's getting very close to his Blizzard, but he's also dropping dangerously low. It looks like he will be taken out, but not before ATZ does take out Monster, and he's still alive. He just lost his ultimate, and it looks like Exodus is down 1. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to do too much. Nerf Me badly goes on a little bit of flank here, opening up for a massive Dynamite from ATZ, and is able to take out Awkward on the flank as well.
I mean, they just can't punish these DPS on the side of Last Kings. Like, they're just kind of getting away with whatever they want, especially Repeat. Repeat's disrespecting Exodus right now. And then Nerf Me Badly gets caught out on the side, and now they're down 5-6 going into this next fight. That is awful from Nerf Me Badly. He's going to be stuck out, and he doesn't even have his Flux now.
Okay, we're going to see Bob come out from ATZ, almost looped in the pit, and then halted in. Repeat trying to look for a flank kill, but Awkward's coming back from spawn, trying to repress him a little bit. Square's coming out from Exodus. It's able to get Repeat. That's absolutely massive for Area Zone. Big icicle coming out from him. Kenobi's able to drop as well, and it looks like Exodus might be getting their first cap of the series. Unless ATZ can pull up something massive, but he's taken out by Awkward.
Yeah, I mean, Awkward gets the pick on ATZ, which is great. I mean, ATZ's a great amount of... He's a ton of their damage. He hits shots all the time. His dynamites are great. But honestly, that fight was kind of lost by Nerf Me Badly. He stayed on that flank for way too long and gets punished for it. I mean, you can't be out there. You don't have the mobility of the Echo. You can't fly away like Repeat. Look, man, I know you want to play DPS, but you can't fly out. You can't fly out like the Echo can.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a misplay from Nerf Me, but he is getting quite a bit of value when he does go on those flanks before he gets caught out. So I think he can definitely keep getting value that way. Just needs to make sure he backs out a little sooner. Looks like Lask Kings will be moving in here. They do have Duplicate and Flux. Looks like we're already going to be seeing Blizzard come out from Drea Zone. Not too much distance for damage coming in because of the distance. Awkward's able to take out Nerf Me though. Kenobi does take out Jiria Zone by looping him into the pit. That's big for him. Monster's able to take out Padfoot though. That's absolutely massive. But he decides to dupe Risa and is taken out. It looks like this fight will be going to Exodus. Advantage is leaning their way unless ATZ can pull out something big.
I mean, Well is known for its environmental kills. We just saw two back-to-back there. Supports taking out each other. Kenobi takes out one. Monster takes out another. 1 for 1, eye for an eye. I mean, it's going to go back and forth like that, especially with DPS, with supports like that who are willing to go do some damage and willing to go make plays.
Yeah, definitely really big coming from him. Awkward's able to take out Golden Pants. That's a big pick for Exodus. They might be able to take well now that they've got the ultimate advantage on their side. ATZ is getting close to Bob, and they're going to have Supercharger and Square, but that's still only a few damage boosting ultimates where they will have Flux and getting close to Bob on the side of Exodus. Flux is definitely one of the most powerful ultimates in the game right now, if not the most powerful. So it's definitely very important that they're going to have that, and Nerf Me's only at 20% to his.
Yeah, I mean, Exodus is kind of coming in with, like, that window is going to be able to put so much pressure on the side of Last King. They won't be able to stay and match that without the help of their own window. Yeah,
windows come from both teams, and Flux comes out from Exodus. Doesn't get too much value. Bob gets booped straight off as soon as it's... actually, no, it just gets booped to the other side. ATZ's able to take out Monster with it, and Repeat takes out Awkward. It looks like this fight's going the way of Last Kings, but Nova is able to take out Kenobi. That's quite a bit of healing gone for Last Kings. It looks like Nova's trying to pressure out Repeat, and he is able to get the kill, but not before ATZ takes out Muddy. And Nerf Me Badly and ATZ are just getting the kills now, and it looks like this will be the fight for Last Kings, unless Jiria Zone and Monster can stall.
I mean, Monster's on Lucio. He gets to fly around like the little rat Lucio can be sometimes. Flying around in circles, hoping he can do something. But you don't really think they're going to pull it out. I mean, what's his name? Nova was doing a pretty good job stalling out, but it's going to end up not really being worth it. Last Kings takes the first map 2-0 lifestyle to fit a more positioning dive and try and force bad positioning mistakes out of Last Kings rather than trying to play aggressive and trying to dive a single target. They're going to have to change their playstyle drastically.
Yeah, it definitely will be hard for them to play. However, they are running the Brig Zen composition, so definitely a lot less healing, focusing on bursting down those targets. It'll be exciting to see if they're capable of doing that, if they're just going to get bursted down. It looks like the dive will be coming out onto the Baptiste. They're able to take out the Torb turret and the Baptiste Baptiste lamp, but it doesn't look like any kills are coming out of it so far. Tanks dropping extremely low for Exodus. It looks like they will be dropping out. Juria definitely backing out now. Payload has been moving this entire time. It looks like Last Kings will be dropping to contest it. Tanks and Echo dropping dangerously low. However, Nerf Me Badly goes down for Last Kings. That's a really massive kill for them. ATC able to take out Actual's mech though, so it's really big. Both off-tanks out for each side. However, Nerf Me will be coming back fairly soon. Nova goes down to Repeat. That's absolutely massive for them. Monster going quite aggressive here, looking to try to get something, and he doesn't get anything done as Repeat takes out Awkward in the backline. That's absolutely massive for them. It looks like this fight will be going towards the way of Last Kings, even dedicating a square to finish it off.
Yeah, I mean, the square comes out to, I guess, zone them out a little bit scuffed. But I would like to applaud Exodus on a pretty decent dive. A little bit aggressive towards the end, got a little bit overeager, but they got the job done and they forced positioning out of Last Kings here. And now they've got better control of the high ground, and they can start staging dives. So they've kind of set themselves up for success here. All they've got to do is execute.
Yeah, they definitely are in a much better position now. Looks like they're going to be diving pad foot, dropping dangerously low, but it gets topped off after he uses Immortality Field. No Immortality Field or turret for Lask Kings, though. Looks like Awkward will be going in, but not before ATZ takes out Monster. Kailis decides to use his trans, but Nova and Exfil are able to take out Repeat and Kenobi during that trans. And he's able to take out ATZ as well. That's absolutely massive for him. Driazone decides to use Duplicate. A lot of ults coming out from Exodus, but it looks like they will be able to push this payload the rest of the distance.
I mean, the good old game of press Q to win. Exodus uses 4 ults there, pulls out the win. But I mean, when you think about it, they didn't really mess up their next fight's win condition. They're coming in with an EMP, they've got a bomb, and that's enough to win a fight on its own, especially against a double shield comp where people are going to be really grouped up. And we're going to see Repeat switch over to the Reaper. He's had enough of this dive. He's had enough of this monkey in his back lines. He's had enough of these dive tanks coming in playing aggressive. He's going to punish them for it.
Yeah, Awkward takes out ATZ. That's an absolutely massive pick. And the EMP bomb, that's absolutely massive. It can deny all the ults that Lask Kings has accumulated. They definitely have the advantage right now, but the EMP from Awkward can just shut that down absolutely completely. Put the ult advantage back in Exodus' favor. It looks like Nerfly's going to go down as well. It looks like Exodus is just pushing Lask Kings back after that ATZ pick. Without ATZ, there's almost zero pressure coming other than from the tanks. So the Reaper really can't do much from range. It looks like he will be firing onto Driazone. He's dropping dangerously low, and he is taken out by Repeat. Looks like the square will be coming out from Padfoot, and Repeat's able to take out Kailis as well. EMP comes out very, very late, and it doesn't look like it's going to get much. It's almost able to force people off card for the cap, but that EMP bomb combo got nothing but an Immortality Field. Very weak coordination coming out from Exodus. I don't even think they should have EMP bombed there. I think the fight was dead.
Yeah, the fight was already lost, and Awkward goes in there. He goes with the 3-point shot to win the game and completely airbells it. You know, not the result they were probably hoping for, but I mean, the idea was there. We'll give it that. But the Exodus is coming to this fight with both support ults as well as almost a copy and almost a monkey primal. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how they approach this, being that none of those ults are really fight winners.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very exciting to see this come out for Exodus. They are sticking on the dive, getting very close to that primal and duplicate. Going to be exciting to see if they're able to do anything. Looks like Exodus will be pressuring the Sigma, and they are able to take out the Sigma. Padfoot dropping dangerously low as well, and they are going to go down. Looks like this fight will be going towards Exodus unless Lask needs to do something crazy. They are able to take out Kailis while the tanks are over hunting the other members of Lask Kings. It looks like Awkward's coming in. Monster's able to take out Kenobi. Repeat's still on cart though, and that Reaper's been absolutely deadly for Exodus right now. Monster is able to take him out, and Nova's able to take out Golden Pants. The Flux goes out from Nerfly. I don't like that at all. I think that was a waste. The fight was already dead. But it looks like they will be going over to point 3. It's going to be exciting to see if they decide to stay on this, as point 3 is generally the weakest point 4 dive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, while Lask Kings is running like a pretty counter dive comp, like a comp that's not really favorable to dive into, I wouldn't say that Exodus is running the dive well. It's just that Lask Kings isn't playing it the way they should. They're not playing grouped up, they're getting split up, and they're just getting divided way too quickly, and that's allowing Exodus to stage these dives. So, I mean, not the best choice. They could be doing a lot better if they switch to a double shield comp and trying to out-poke them. But either way, you're going to see a dive-v-dive matchup here. And ATZ gets a pick onto Awkward. That's massive coming in, because they could have canceled the EMP there.
Yeah, it's absolutely massive for them. It looks like we'll be seeing the high noon come up from ATZ. He is able to take out Nova. That's big for them. Repeat's going in with the Death Blossom. And it doesn't look like it's able to get Monster, and it looks like that's going to be the fight for Lask Kings. However, Lask Kings, absolutely nothing to work with. They might be able to get Rally, but that's all. Actually, no, they're definitely going to get Rally. But that's all they have to work with. And it looks like we're definitely going to be seeing Exodus switch to Brawl. It's a little odd to see Lask Kings switch to Dive here, though. If they switched to Dive, it should have been way earlier, as the other points are much better for Dive. And now that Exodus is on Brawl, I really can't see Lask Kings doing all too much about it.
Yeah, I mean, Dive defense is it's a harder comp to run, but if you can run it right, it's extremely powerful. So we'll see how they choose their engagements here. But yeah, as you were saying, this switch to Brawl on the side of Exodus is going to make it super difficult for Lask Kings to get things done.
Yeah, it looks like they will be dropping in now. Golden Pants dropping dangerously low before jumping out. Repeat also dropping dangerously low, decides to Wraith out. It still isn't, still trying to get pick. Nova's able to take out Kenobi though, that's absolutely massive. Golden Pants dropping dangerously low again, is stunned so he doesn't get Primal off before he dies. That's absolutely massive for them. Big stun coming out from Monster. And it looks like Bomb coming out from Axel will probably get Padfoot, and it is able to get Padfoot as Repeat's taken out by Monster. Nerfme takes the high ground, but doesn't get too much done. ATZ's taken out by Nova, trying to contest card. Looks like Nerfme's going to try to get out. It doesn't look like any switches will be coming out. Golden Pants decides to move in as he does that. Primal's dropping dangerous below, decides to pull Primal. We'll be seeing Golden Pants Primal now. Both tank codes coming out from Lask Kings. It's absolutely massive. But Bomb isn't able to get anything, and it doesn't look like Primal's going to get anything as well. Big Shadow coming out from Nova is able to isolate Kenobi. Nothing happens from it, though, and Nerfme's able to take out Nova. It looks like this fight will be going over to Lask Kings unless something big can happen. Excel's able to take out Kenobi. That's absolutely massive from him, and a big Icicle coming out from Drea, able to take out ATZ.
I mean, Padfoot with a few really, really good anti-nades in there to initiate the fight, as well as deny the aggression from the Reinhardt on the other side. And I mean, good repolt from Repeat. It does enough damage to take out both supports, and Jeremy Zone uses his Blizzard. I guess they called the fights winnable. They get the better spawns. Yeah, and Nova gets ATZ with the charge.
Yeah, it's absolutely massive for them. It looks like Rig and Winston still contested card. Winston gets nano, but it doesn't look like it's going to do too much. Although he isn't losing health all too often. Nerfme's able to get the remake. That's absolutely massive for them. Repeat moves in on the Doomfist. He's able to get Nova, and it looks like the Lask Kings will be taking this back. Decides to dedicate the Primal, probably switching over to a more brawl-oriented composition once this fight's over. But it looks like the fight's going to be over for now. Big hold for Lask Kings, only a few seconds left. However, this is still a really good push for Exodus, whether they get it or not. Looks like Kaios will be the one contesting. Awkward moving in. He does already have Death Blossom. Repeat's able to get Kaios with the Rocket Punch. Looks like the bomb will be coming in from Axel. He's able to get Repeat. That's a big kill for him. Awkward doesn't get too much with the Death Blossom, but he is pressuring Golden Pants heavily right now. Bomb comes out from Nerfme. He doesn't get too much, and he does get back in the mech. That's big for him. Looks like we will be seeing the rally coming out from Kenobi right now. ATC and Kenobi getting their own kills. And it looks like Golden Pants is getting nanoed yet again, and it doesn't look like Exodus is going to be able to recover this time. Yeah, it just looks like it's going to be cleanup now for Lask Kings. Repeat coming back in with the Doomfist, and just looks like cleanup for now. It looks like Exodus will be stopped right before the full cap.
Padfoot, you bad man. Padfoot's going on these flanks with all of these anti-nades, getting massive ones on the tanks, and just in general on the entire team.
More
and
traditional Zen Brig. That's definitely more traditional for dive comps at least. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see if the Far is going to work. Now Repeat's absolutely cracked on the Far, so he definitely might be able to pull this off.
Yeah, I mean the On a Mercy comp is a really old dive comp. It's not as modernly tested. While the Zen Brig is pretty common in professional leagues, especially in Asia, it's very common comp to run over there because it requires a lot of aggression and a lot of playmaking ability. ATZ picks off Awkward, which is massive. Repeat gets another there, and yeah. I mean, this is really good for Lask Kings right here.
Yeah, Lask Kings DPS just doing all the work for him. Looks like they're going to be getting those kills. ATC is able to clean up Nova, and while Repeat gets Exfil. It looks like it just will be cleaned up now. Exfil is able to take out Golden Pants as Baby Diva, though. So that's pretty big for them, but he's probably going to get back before anything happens for Exodus. So this is looking very good for Lask Kings right now.
Yeah, losing your Winston in dive is not as impactful as losing something like your Reinhardt in Brawl. Like, Reinhardt's your centerpiece in Brawl, and you had to play around him. While in dive, you can play a little bit more free-flowing, and you can take these different angles, and you don't need your Winston. He's important, but it's not going to be as big of a pick. Oh, Nova gets massive anti-nade from Padfoot, and that's going to clean up the fight for them.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, that's really quick fight coming out from them. Axel is able to take out Padfoot, but it's not going to do anything. A little weird to see the post bomb come out from ATZ there, and post bomb coming out from Awkward. Awkward does get a kill unlike ATZ's, but doesn't really do much, and it looks like Kaios will be taken out. So Lask Kings definitely getting a lot of stagger kills right now. Definitely going to be trying to push this aggression.
Awkward must be Darth Vader because he went straight for Kenobi, took him out immediately. Great pick from him. I mean, it staggers out the fight, but I mean, you could question how worth it was. Still, I thought it was funny. Repeat gets a pick on the opposing Tracer. That's going to allow ATC to just kind of have free reign and have no one to contest him. Repeat gets another and goes for the barrage. He gets a third! He gets
Oh my
4.
god, Repeat gets 4 kills and it looks like he's going to be picking up the mech actually. That gets credited to ATZ. Still absolutely massive for Repeat, getting that 4K to keep pushing this aggression. And it looks like Lask will be capping point B extremely quickly. Exodus is still staying on the dive. Definitely a little weird for them to be staying on that. Expo gets the remake. It looks like they're still going to be pressuring. Jerry is dropping dangerously low, and he might get taken out. It does look like he's going to back in spawn, able to heal up. Awkward's healing up, switching to Reaper as well. It looks like we will be seeing the swap over to Brawl. Still, though, Last Kings, they have 5 minutes. And with the Pharah, they might be able to push this without switching to Brawl, much less having the time to switch to Brawl.
Yeah, I mean, they could switch if they want to, but also, like, because, as you said, they had so much time, and they don't even have to finish the map, technically. Nerf Me Badly gets 1 pick with the bomb, and that's going to be great to initiate this fight. Repeat gets another, and now they're up 4-6. ATC with another!
So it's pick after pick coming out from Last Kings right now. They're just pushing forward and forward. Korea decides to use Duplicate instead of waiting later to do it, and he's going to get focused down really quick. He probably will decide to, he actually doesn't decide to use Primal, decides to give up the Duplicate right there. Looks like Nova will be switching over to the ball to try to stall something here. Kyler's dropping. That's an absolutely massive sleep coming out from Padfoot. That's absolutely insane. Right out of sleep. As Repeat gets a 3K with his barrage. Nerfy's able to take out Kyler's after the sleep from Padfoot. It looks like it's just contesting now for Expo and Monster. Monster gets taken out by Repeat. It looks like this is going to be it. Unless Nova's able to do something crazy on this ball, and that looks like it's not going to happen.
I mean, Repeat's been making tons of noise with this Pharah, but Padfoot's been in the back silently working on his craft, and he's been doing work. I mean, like, these DPS on Last Kings are doing a lot. I mean, and both these attacks from both these teams were great, but Last Kings just see Exodus's attack, and they're like, we'll one-up you right now. And here they go, taking the second map, and it is now 2-0 towards the Last Kings. I mean, with the addition of Brig, it's a little bit new age. Usually the Lucio's in that spot. But this Cyber Dive is really going to be playing around the win conditions of EMP and Nanoblade. I mean, their neutral fight is not super strong, but they're just going to sit here, they're going to try and take poke and build those ultimates. Kenobi with the whip shot from far away, takes out Awkward. Great play from him. And that's going to slow the push from Exodus.
Yeah, it's absolutely going to slow it down. That's really big for them. Jiria Zone probably running the Cyber Dive considering the recent Genji buff. Definitely exciting to see that come out. ATZ, though, just firing down right now. And you know how dangerous it is to see ATZ on the Widow. It looks like we'll be having a pause come out from Exodus. It looks like we'll be getting back in now. Looks like Sombra is back. So they will be moving in fairly quickly. Kind of an odd jump from Doodlebug, jumping in right away, having to waste bubble on that. Definitely not too great, especially since that's like a 12-second cooldown. Definitely going to delay them a little bit. Definitely waiting for Bubble back. Especially with this Junkrat Widow composition. We really need Bubble to jump in. I mean, looks like Genji will get through, so someone got through.
Exodus is just kind of hanging out. They're just kind of waiting. Are they waiting for Nano to build, and they're just going to jump in with a Monkey Nano, maybe? That's all I can think it would be. But then that means they're going to have to die, which they've been denied by with poles and with rocks the entire time. So, I mean, they've been setting up for the past minute and a half. I don't really know what they're going for here. It's been a while. Come on, guys, you gotta get it going at some point.
Yeah, Nano comes in on the Monkey. Monkey does get goofed up a little bit. Comes in. Jiria Zone does looking for value. Actual dropping dangerously low. Doodlebug getting very close to Primal here. Both DPS on the side of Exodus dropping dangerously low and almost no health loss coming up from Last King. It's a clean rotation from them. It looks like Repeat will take out Doodlebug, but he is taken out by Awkward. Expert dropping super low right now. It looks like we'll be seeing Square come out. Awkward gets the hack off onto Padfoot, sorry. Golden Pants decides to ends up killing Exfil. Exfil in the Baby Diva form, not a Nomad, is able to take out Monster. And this is just being really, really poorly executed on the side of Exodus. They're trying to dive, and they're just not doing it. ATZ, big pick on the Kylus.
Okay, so not only does that stop Kylus from doing healing, it stops Kylus from building Nano. And that Nano is one of their biggest win conditions coming into this next fight. With an EMP Nano Blade, that is like a guaranteed fight win if you do it right. So, doing that just denies that healing and prevents them from building that Nano. Jerry's Own picks off ATZ. I don't know if that was a reflect. If it was, that's pretty cool. The Nano Blade comes in. This is the main event, what we've all been waiting for.
He does get Padfoot, and then he is taken out by the Riptide. Only getting 1 kill out of that Nano Blade. definitely still possible for Lask Kings after they take it back to Reptile. However, not a Nomad goes down to Kylus. EMP comes out from Awkward, and looks like that's going to be just cleanup for now. Repeat goes down. Golden Pants going down as well. Kenobi drops, and it looks like that will be the cap coming out for Exodus.
Yeah, but they get the cap, but that was a very expensive fight. Both EMP and Blade used in the same fight. Blade doesn't even get as much as they wanted to. I think he only got 2 with it. So it was a pretty expensive fight for them. What they're going to do this next fight is probably just wait. Oh my goodness, ATC. He has a family. Come on, have mercy on him. That's a great pick from him, and that's going to slow this push down for Exodus.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting to see what these teams are able to do. Doodlebug will be switching over to the Rhine. I'm going to be surprised if they stay on this. Yep, they will be switching off those DPS. Going over to May. And yeah, Sombra's going back to switch. It looks like Sombra will be switching over to...
perhaps a McCree or a Reaper. That's what I would assume. They're sitting there deciding. Ah, there's the Reaper. Yeah. So it's going to be... Exodus is running a pretty heavy brawl comp. They've got to close the distance, though. If they do what they were doing on Lighthouse and just sit back and wait for something to happen, then they're not going to do anything. They've got to play with initiative. They've got to get aggressive.
Okay, looks like Flux will be coming out from Not a Nomad. He's going to Flux, and he's able to get Doodlebug with it. That's very big from him, and he gets Sprig as well. That's absolutely massive from Nomad.
I mean, yeah, Not a Nomad making some plays, flying over the top, gets the Flux in, picks one off, and then finishes one off with Hyperspheres. Good job from him, but also a little bit questionable from Exodus, kind of staying in that place for too long. They've got to rotate quicker if they're going to try and play against this this spam comp. You can't sit in these sightlines with against spam for too long when you're going on Brawl. So they have to close this distance quicker. But looking at this next fight, Repeat's coming up on a Riptire, and if anyone knows him, again, he's really good on Far, really good on Junkrat. So gotta look out for those ultimates. His barrages and his tires always get value. So gotta keep an eye on that. Exodus is going right again, and they're getting caught out in rotation with these poles.
Yeah, Pull is definitely getting a lot of value there. We're going left side straight into the Junkrat. I learned that earlier today. Definitely not a good idea here. Looks like Repeat's definitely going to be getting a lot of value. Repeat very close to the Riptire, probably going to be looking for it. Definitely a good place to get that value out of that, and it doesn't look like they have long range DPS to really deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, but also if you look at it, just oh, the bomb comes in from Exfil. It gets 1. But then Repeat gets another with the tire, and now they're up 1 in this fight.
Yeah,
Nano's used on Doodlebug, but not going to do too much.
Yeah, it looks like Heinen will be coming out from ATC. Doesn't get too much value, but it does get some shield health. ATC is able to take out Awkward as Repeat takes out Urea Zone, and Repeat's able to take out Doodlebug as well. And it looks like Kylus will drop, and that will be it for Lask Kings for this push at least. Only have one more push. Really only a few ultimates. It looks like Exfil will be swapping over to the Zarya, and Kylus will be swapping over to the Moira. Definitely going to be exciting to see if they can pull it out.
Yeah, I assume they're switching to the Moira to try and build an ultimate quicker, because you're not going to build an ultimate quick enough on Ana. Like, Nano's important, but having a Coalescence as quickly as Moira can build it is fantastic. They do switch to that Zarya, as you said, so they're not going to have a grab, but they're going to have a little bit more protection for Doodlebug going into the next fight. Oh no, the mines splits them off and they get cut off. Have mercy, guys. Come on. Noda Nomad's taking this off angle, and it's just messing up this rotation so much. The Junkrat spam as well as the Signal spam does just enough to mess up that rotation, and it's great plays from Lask Kings in general. Really smart positioning from them.
Yeah, definitely big plays coming out from Lask Kings on every single position, really. Big holds, big Junkrat plays, and big support plays coming out from every single person on that team. We'll be seeing Blizzard come out. Oh, it's eaten by Nomad. That's absolutely passive. Repeat's tire comes in, is able to get Exfil. Doodlebug still has Shadow, but it's not going to do much as ATC takes out Kylus and Awkward. There's no follow-up, and she doesn't even get it off before being taken out by Repeat. It's absolutely massive. That was all on the back of Nomad to eat. That Blizzard got eaten, and it got no value. It would have set up Exodus' entire push, but it just gets eaten. It's gone. And it looks like that will be a hold for Lask Kings.
Yeah, I mean, second point of all these not control maps, but all these 2CP maps, it's usually really put on far, maybe? We'll see. But on the side of Exodus, you see them running a double shield with a Ashe Junkrat and a Bat Brig, so they are trying to prepare for this dive. They're ready for a dive to come in, and they picked that Ashe not only for her ability to throw in dynamites and disrupt dives and disrupt double shield comps, but also put a ton of pressure on Repeat. Repeat doesn't have a Mercy pocket to keep him alive. He's got to play around these mega packs super, super tight.
It's definitely going to be very exciting to see what they're able to do. ATZ trying to get in position to set up to get some hacks off or even build some EMP. Padfoot getting a lot of charge here, dropping dangerously low though. ATZ also drops fairly low, getting found out on the flank. He is able to get Jerry Zone though. That's absolutely massive for them. Awkward drops as well on the dive, coming out from Lask Kings. And this is looking very, very bad for Exodus right now. It's a 6v4. Kaios goes down as well. Monster dropping dangerously low. Lamp drops and Monster drops with it.
Wow. I mean, really, really clean dive from Lask Kings. Going in there, they force Exodus off the high ground, which I think they gave up a little bit too easily. Yeah, Lask Kings initiated on that main high ground, and Exodus just kind of gave it up. So really, really questioning that. But we'll see Jerry's Zone switch to the Mei. He's had enough. He decided that Lask King's not allowed to have fun anymore. They're going to play the main, deny this dive as best as they can. And Golden Pants goes in and initiates this fight really, really early.
Yeah, not a Nomad and Golden Pants able to get 2 picks of their own. Looks like Repeat's going to come in with the barrage, getting 3 with it. That's absolutely massive for them. And it looks like that it will be the match. 3-0 for Lask Kings. Definitely big plays coming out from every single one of their players.